Holy shit, this was a fucking intense season. Hi guys, welcome back to the CharmingAnalysis podcast. I'm Mari.
I'm Jay.
And today, we decided to... Well, we technically watched this last night. It was a very late day yesterday. We came back from Pride with a friend and decided, let's watch Squid Games Season 3. And oh boy, this was fucking intense. So yeah, we're going to be talking about Squid Games Season 3 today. So, if you haven't seen our other reviews of Squid Games, please go check it out. Because you guys pretty much already know what the synopsis is of Squid Games. But for those who don't know, it's basically a bunch of people get taken to compete in a competition to get rid of all their debts and shit like that. And only one makes it out alive, is basically the gist of it. But if you want a more in-depth explanation of it, go to our other videos. We did review season 2 at the beginning of the year, so yeah. Anyway, now on to the actual review. I'm going to give a trigger warning before we start, because we are going to include spoilers in this. But this season is way more intense than the last season, so with a lot more very brutal deaths and stuff like that, which we are going to talk about a little bit. So viewer discretion is advised. And if you don't want spoilers, please click off the video now before we talk about it. All right. So, what did you think of season 3, honey?
It was ass.
It was ass?
Yes.
Really?
It was ass.
It was that bad? Damn. But yeah, there were only like 6 episodes, which I was surprised at. Honestly. Like, I was surprised we even had 6. This was way more intense than the first season and the last season. I thought the last season was pretty intense with them trying to actually, like, defeat the people and, like, take over and stuff like that. And the fact that the guy literally, the front man literally killed 456's best friend at the end of season 2, I still can't believe it got even more intense than that. What were some things that you liked about this season? Because you basically said it was ass. So what was some stuff you actually enjoyed about this season?
I liked some of the sets.
What? Jay, it's a review. You can
Let me let you say what you let you say what you liked about it while I think about other stuff that I liked about it.
Okay, so for me, I was not expecting them to do the deaths the way they did for a lot of this. I liked the games that they actually did in this season. The fact that it was jump rope and pretty intense. Like, okay, so I'm probably going to say that so much. Pretty intense. Drink if you hear me say pretty intense too much. But I liked the jump rope one that they did. The hide and seek one was also good, but I am so upset at the fact that the trans girl died in that.
That's it. I only like the sets. That's like some of the sets that they added. That's it. That's it. I'm sorry.
That's the only stuff you liked about it? Really?
Yes.
My goodness. But yeah, I hate the fact that the trans girl died so early because, in my opinion, she should have at least lasted till the very fucking end. With the way that she has been trained in the special forces and shit like that, she should have lasted a lot longer than a lot of the guys did. I feel like a lot of the guys that ended up in the final round, that was bullshit. That was fucking bullshit. Half of those guys should have not even been there. Like, the grandma, I was also very upset at. Well, is she technically a grandma? Is she a mom? The old lady?
She's a mom.
Okay, fine. I'll say mom for the sake of it. I was so upset at the mom's death. She hers and the trans girls were the ones I was the most surprised at, because I feel like they could have lasted a little bit longer than they did. Well, definitely the trans girl. She could have literally lasted so much longer than everybody else. Like, I feel like that was a cop-out. I think they did that as a cop-out, in my opinion. And I hate that they did that. I was so upset when that happened. Because that was one of the people I wanted them to make out alive, at least. She should have literally got out of that, the hide and seek. She should have got out of that. I just can't believe that the pregnant girl's boyfriend or ex at this, I think ex, right? Ex. He is fucking deadbeat dad of the year. What the fuck? Why did he last before everybody else? He should have been fucking dead after that round. He should have been gone. And the fact that, the pregnant girl also died. But here's the funny thing about this. Because she had a baby and she was pregnant, they basically replaced her with the baby. So her death didn't even fucking count. Which, that was a dirty move on their part. The fact that they brought a baby into this is fucking disgusting and sick. Stop. What are you doing with the ear cleaner, Jay?
No, I'm literally just like... I'm just waiting for you to, I guess, wrap it up.
But yeah, I was not... Like, that was one of the things I was genuinely surprised at. Like, I feel like if they did it the way they did... they literally should have made it a little bit better than... I don't like the people that they had in the final game.
You are really struggling to find words right now.
I just woke up, honey.
I know, you just woke up, and that's why you're like kind of rambling.
Who cares? We're rambling. I ramble sometimes.
I guess.
Well, why not? Well, what is something that you feel like I know you have criticisms about it. So what are your criticisms? Because obviously we're going to have criticisms about this season based on stuff. So what are your criticisms then?
I have a weird thing. The more I riff when I'm actually watching something, the more I'm just not into it.
What do you mean riff?
The more when I am just like
nitpicking.
Why? The more I'm making fun of it. The more I'm like talking throughout it. The more I'm like, what the shit. Like, the more I'm not paying close attention to it because I know what the fuck is going on. Because like you during this review, it was fucking dragging as shit. And I was just like, what the fuck are we doing? Why are these episodes an hour? Why is that? You could have cut this shit down to like 20 minutes and it would have not like
been as bad.
It would have not been as bad. The fucking dialogue wouldn't be this fucking bad. I guarantee it, because there's points where they literally say the exact same thing 5 fucking times. And I was like, get the fuck on with it already. Get the fuck on with it. It was like slow as me taking a shit. I'm not joking.
Jay!
Like, I was just like, man. I hate fucking, I already told you, I hate bad pacing. I hate it.
I do too.
Stand this fucking piece. I cannot stand this fucking last season. I really couldn't. And like, I wouldn't be this harsh with it. I thought all of the shit that they played was just like manipulative bullshit just to make me feel things. I
like the actual games or the dialogue?
Like the story.
Oh, the story.
I thought it was just being a manipulative piece of shit. Because there was just solutions that they just weren't talking about at all. They were making fucking dumbass decisions. And like the people that they wanted to quote unquote kill off or not kill off, I thought was like, okay, you're not building any sympathy with me. clearly, you're just you are doing it because, you want a higher rating for your season. Like, why the fuck? Like, why the fuck was there a baby in there at all? She could have just still remained pregnant. Like, the baby didn't need to fucking exist. Because, for one, it's fucking ugly-ass babies. Some of the worst fucking effects I've seen in a long fucking time. Like...
That was surprising to me.
Yeah, it was some of the worst effects that I've seen in a long fucking time. And, like... It was like, oh... Well, the baby's gonna win at the end. And, like, everyone's gonna be like, oh, we fucked up. Manipulative piece of shit fucking take right here. I hate it when that happens. I hate it when it's like, well, we gotta do it all because of this fucking baby. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about the sympathy of a baby. Like, why the fuck are you gonna suddenly give me the care about a character that I can't characterize because it literally cannot do anything to characterize itself?
It literally was born, like, not even, like, a day ago.
Yeah, and you want me to judge it like it's the main fucking character. Main fucking character doesn't even get, like, maybe an episode of screen time in the 6-episode show.
Which I was surprised at, too.
I'm like, are you serious? Like, the thing that we wanted, that you promised, I guess, that they were gonna finally end these fucking games, but they do it but you do it in a way that just does not
make sense.
It does not provoke anything. It doesn't provoke anything. I think the decisions were so... First off, they're so manipulative, but also just the most boring ass shit that I've seen done before. Probably better. But I'm just not a fan of, like, oh, let's all just, like, stop being murderers. Let's all stop being, like, just... Because you know what's going to happen. You know that people are going to be like, fucking, like, fuck the baby. I want the money. I'm like, I've seen this already to death. I don't care. I don't care. That's why I just, like, the more I riff on something while we're actively watching it, the more I'm not really paying attention to it because of how bad it fucking is. Oh my god, and also the fucking Americans that they brought in, fucking so much worse than the previous ones beforehand.
Okay.
Because that was like, oh my god, they doubled their fucking time on screen.
Which I was surprised at, too.
And, like, they were so bad. I don't understand. Why don't you just have Korean people watch the games? Like, why didn't you have Korean billionaires just watch the fucking games? Are you saying, like, I know what they're saying. It's like, oh, sick fucking Americans. It's like, yeah, I don't find that interesting. I don't find that fucking interesting that sick Americans watching game. I find it interesting if, like, literally Korean billionaires were really watching the game and, like, analyzing, like, how did their own, like, I don't want to say own people, but, like, how, like, their
own community.
Their own communities, like, react to this. I don't want to see any fucking Americans being brought up into this shit because it makes it so much fucking worse. And these ones in this season were just so fucking cringy and shit. And they'll fucking bring up, like, whatever,
They were betting money on each other.
No. I just don't like them because their dialogue was so fucking shit.
Also,
fucking dialogue was so fucking shit in this.
I don't know if Ryan Reynolds was actually in this, but I legit thought
they all could have been Ryan Reynolds at that point. They were fucking ripping on each other and shit. Like,
but, like, I could have sworn I heard one of them sound like Ryan Reynolds.
I don't fucking like Ryan Reynolds.
I know you don't.
I don't like Ryan Reynolds, like, at all. And it looked like I was in a room full of fucking Deadpools. Like,
I was in a room full of fucking Deadpools.
What is going on? Like, it was so much better. I don't know who the fuck, like, rushed it out, but also decided to make it the slowest fucking thing I've seen. And I shouldn't be this angry at it. I surely shouldn't. Because I stopped really giving a shit halfway through season 2. Because I'm just like, okay, well, it's not as interesting as what you previously did. And I think because it's become so saturated now that it's just like, well, we gotta do like the obvious thing. we gotta do like the shocking thing. I'm like, it's already been done already. I've seen this stuff done like so many times. I wish you could have done something like actually shocking. I wish you could have actually like, you know, did something that I wouldn't be predicting. Hell, I wish you couldn't have done the baby for symphony voice and did something a lot fucking darker. Like, I would have liked that. Would made it that would have made it so much interesting. But no, because it's a baby and because we can't, you know, kill children, I guess. It's a shit.
Also, here's the thing I thought was interesting, in my personal opinion. They should have not had, in my opinion, the people that they had for the final round, minus the baby and minus 4, 5, 6,
it was literally
they should have like, those guys should have been gone for a majority of the season. They should have been the first ones gone. Because in my opinion, they were the worst fucking people in the entire thing. The old man should have not even made it that far. He was a fucking dick last season, and he was still a fucking dick. He was such a fucking asshole. I hated him. He should have been gone.
Okay, but the fact that they already, like, played it up already, like, throughout the whole season already, that these people were evil, it's just, like, if you play that up already, and what other cards do you have to play when you're finally, almost done with it? Like,
exactly.
You have no more cards to play. And it's like, I don't know why I'm watching you. I know how your story is going to end. Can we get to that story, please, so I can turn this off and watch something else? Because I don't care. I'm like, oh my god, can I stop watching you? I was like, man, I was just so out of it. I was just so done. Because at that point, I'm just like, it's not doing anything that I haven't seen done before and better in other media, and it doesn't have the balls to do anything that I think it should have. I really don't, especially when you're telling a story where people are dying in these fucking games for money. Okay, you could tell so much more of a compelling story if you didn't have these fucking little subplots going on. I didn't give a shit about anyone actually making it out. I didn't give a shit if they actually found the fucking island or whatever. Or just, I would have liked it if, like, you know, the only thing I would have liked to care about was, like, you could have just followed up on that actual story of this guy going in and, like, you know, because he already went there before, and it's like, okay, I'm going to, like, you know, play this again, so that I could get to that guy. And if it was just that, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. But the journey along the way really, really grinded my gears. It really, really did.
It grinded the bean gears.
And in the end, I know that I'm angry about it now, but in the end, I'm not gonna remember this shit tomorrow. I'm really not. Because it's really that fucking forgettable for me. I am through. I'm done. I can give my rating.
Wait. I want to say more stuff really quick.
Okay, you say more.
And then we're done. Okay. So, yeah, I agree with a lot of the points that Jay said, though. Like, I did think it was pretty
I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel bad when I didn't feel bad. I really didn't feel bad when I really didn't feel bad. It's really sad to say. I didn't feel bad when the trans woman died. I didn't feel bad when the mom died. I didn't feel bad when the son died.
I felt horrible. I felt so bad.
I didn't feel bad because at that point I was checked out, done. I couldn't give a shit. Because it was so much, I know what you're doing. It was manipulative to kill her off. It was manipulative for them to have, like, this fucking CGI baby that I now had to care about. It was manipulative to like, you know, have the mom, quote unquote, like, hang herself, because I knew that was gonna happen. I was like,
well, don't forget,
I saw spoilers.
You saw almost like half of the spoilers.
Yes, but even if I didn't see half the spoilers, I could see the shit from a mile away. Because I'm like, when I saw the spoilers, my thought was like, oh, they did that? Well, great, I'm not gonna like it. because I know how it's gonna play. I know it's gonna play out. I was like, oh, people are already saying that it's shit. Well, why are people saying that it's shit? Oh, I understand now. Like, I understand why now people are saying that the last season is shit.
That's why I said we had to watch it to figure out why
yeah,
it was
and
shit.
now I agree. The last season is shit.
But I will say this,
and
like,
then they're like gonna tease the thing at the end that's like, okay, well, why am I gonna watch a worse show now? Like, why am I gonna watch a show that's quote unquote made for me, but so much worse? Like,
anyway,
I actually went to go and watch the reality show. I actually watched the reality show on my off time, and I'm not gonna revisit that again because
was it that bad?
It was for a reality show that does like, you know, the games, but also does like the interviews and like, you know, and like stuff like that, and like they do things like vote people out more and stuff like that, and then you are like, oh my god. Like, you know, typical reality show bullshit. The
one that Jaden Animations could have fucking been in. That would have been interesting.
Yes, I watched that. And I was like, man, some of this, like, you know, because the most of the thing was like, man, some of this editing is just like, I had to like literally put it on like 2x speed because of how like, I was like, come on, hurry up. I want to get through to the actual stuff that's actually interesting.
Sad.
But at least it kept a little bit of a pace. Like a little bit. And it wasn't like, and it was just like, I don't know. I found the people in the actual reality show like a little bit more interesting than the actual characters of this last season, because I was like, I know what their archetypes are, but they're getting through them kind of quickly. And there's the cat.
Hey, Cake, what? You wanted to have your thoughts on this?
Yeah, she thinks
you wanted your thoughts.
She wasn't even here. But at least, like, you know, they're getting through them quickly. And they're playing games that are kind of interesting. Like, I didn't think the games even in this, like, last season were interesting at all. Fucking jump rope and hide and seek.
I was surprised they did.
Fucking Squid Games, like, what the fuck?
Okay,
some bullshit.
I will say this.
Fucking bullshit there.
I will say this.
Bullshit though. You're just dying from pushing each other off. That's so fucking boring. What the fuck? Let's have some fucking jigsaw shit, like underneath them. Like, I don't know. Like, this is so fucking boring.
I will say, my opinion, they should have got all those guys out before. And the people that should have been in the final round. The trans girl should have been in the final round. The mom should have been in the final round. The pregnant girl should have not had the baby, and the pregnant girl should have had, in my opinion, the pregnant girl either should have not had the baby until afterwards, or she could have had it during the Squid Games.
I was like,
that would have been more interesting.
She's gonna have the baby when I'm like, okay, but that, like, I also was like, that just doesn't fucking make sense. Like
how far along was she?
Visual aspect of it, because I was like, she's fucking what? She literally has like a stomach like mine. Like, I don't see anything that's like saying that she is like really about to give birth, like right then and there.
Well, here's the other thing.
Just like, how long has it been? It hasn't even been like 5 days or something. Okay,
let me explain. So, some people during pregnancy don't show very well, but then again, we don't know how far along she was when she came into the game.
That does not help my point.
But I'm just saying, some people don't show.
Okay, but
she's probably one of those people that couldn't show.
That does not help my point. My point is the fact that it was manipulative, and it wasn't even that well integrated into the story for her to have the child. That's my thing. And she's sniffing you.
What? I already gave you food.
She's upset because I'm yelling, and like I don't give a shit.
She's like, Dad, why are you screaming? Even though you're really not screaming.
I'm not screaming. I'm just loud right now because I don't care.
There she goes again. But yeah, like,
I would have been so much more interesting if the people that we actually were following and were trying to build a little bit of sympathy for actually made it to the final. But because they didn't, and because this fucking shit is so boring, and I just couldn't care about anything because I already knew what was gonna happen.
I'm surprised that they did hide and seek and jump rope though. Yeah. I thought it was gonna be like double, like red light, green light, because that's what kind of a lot of people thought it was going to be, which I kind of thought too. Okay, but at the
do you have anything else you can say that, like, literally that
helps
anything?
Okay, what did you think of, like, the ending? Like, the guy literally...
Shit.
You thought the guy should have won? Or what?
No, I thought, like, literally they could have just... No, I thought it was good. I don't know. Literally, at that point, I was just like, man, you could have written something so much, like, you could have written something so much more compelling. But no, you had decided to do that, and then fucking baby wins. I don't know how I would rewrite it. First off, I wouldn't have that fucking baby. I wouldn't have these, like, the other people, like, at all gunning for everything. I would have had something similar to the first one, where there was an actual sacrifice that had to be made, but because it's like, I already know what's gonna happen. Like, maybe I would have liked to see the other people that we were actually following go into the final round. That would have been interesting to see, but no, they had to drag it out for, like, the whole, fifth episode, that I was just like, oh my god, you guys are repeating the same fucking dialogue, and I'm so good, I gotta lose my fucking mind.
Also, the captain being part of the games pissed me off. I was actually surprised and pissed off about that, because it's like, dude, you should have just, like...
He should stay in the game. Honestly, captain should have stayed in the game. I would have liked to see that.
Yeah, or, like, the fact that... Why did the frontman's brother take so fucking long to find
Again, another source plot I couldn't give a shit about.
I didn't care about that either. The main thing I cared about was the actual games and stuff, and I feel like they kind of deviated from that a lot.
I think I'm gonna give my rating. I cannot.
Here, I'll give my rating first. I like to save the suspense for my bean, because he likes to...
Really?
This season was pretty intense. There was a lot of jaw-dropping moments, in my opinion. Me and we literally watched this with our friend after we got home from Pride yesterday, so we were all, like, fucking exhausted. Mm-hmm. But me and our friend were literally just, it was so intense.
It was fun riffing with you guys, but I did not like the actual show that
I get it. But yeah, it was way more intense than the other season. I didn't think it was going to be as intense as the last season, but... I don't remember what I gave the last season. I can't remember now.
I don't remember either. I think I rated it a lot lower.
I would probably give this season... Let's rate the season and then rate it in general.
I get it.
I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. I thought... The moments that we did get that were jaw-dropping, I thought they could have, like, done with the other people. The other people could have done it better. We should have got, like, the people we actually cared about in the final round. I feel like that would have been better. I don't know what they were thinking, but I give it a 6 out of 10. In my opinion, the whole series, the first season was the best one. It was the best one. But I will say this. I did like the characters we did get in seasons 2 and 3. I did like the cast that we got. Mm-hmm. Compared to the first season, I like them a lot better. But the execution of season 1 was so much better compared to these last 2 seasons. I'm honestly surprised we even got 2 more seasons, to be honest. I didn't think we were going to.
I'm not. It's fucking Netflix. Like, it's fucking Netflix. They're gonna milk that shit until there's nothing else left.
But yeah, I will say this. The one thing I was also surprised at was the very fucking end when the Korean guy saw the American person doing... I forgot what the game was called. Where they smack the stuff on the ground and they
I was like, oh look, another shittier show that's gonna come out of it.
I was surprised we were getting that. But
that was my thing. Yeah.
And he just like gave her a look. She gave him a look, and then he just drove away. The fact that he was... I don't know if he's like gonna be a part of it again, but I'm gonna give the entirety of Squid Games... With the last 2 seasons, it's gonna drop my rating down like quite a bit. So I'm probably gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. Season 1 was best. Honestly, season 1 was the best. Season 2 and 3 are kind of just tied, in my opinion. Okay. But what do you give season 3's rating, and what do you give the whole series?
It really is lowered. This is why when I stick to shows, I unless I hear otherwise from people, I don't stick to shows for very long, because normally just goes fucking shit.
And this is why you will catch me doing mini Mario reviews of it if Jay doesn't like it. Wee.
Yeah. I'm like, man, if even when the second season, I'm like, okay, you're just repeating ideas. I'm out. I'm done. I don't take that's not what I want to watch. I don't want to watch that. I'm more for not the shows, like short form content. That's fine. I could take that. Like I could take that of something short form content, or if it's long form content, please be consistent with your shit. Like please, because then I wouldn't have to give this season a 2.
You gave it a 2?
I want to give it a 2. I don't know what's saving it from being 1 or from being absolute dog shit. I don't know. Maybe it is dog shit, but maybe I'm kind of being generous today. But that just drags my rating. Like season 1, fine. It was fine. I bet I probably rehyped it when I watched it, because we didn't see some shit like that before. And it was fun. It was a fun idea. But now, probably, if I go rewatch it, I'm going to be like, okay, I don't know, maybe I kind of get the hype. But at the same time, some of it's probably, like, a little bit cliche. Probably some of the dialogue is still, like, not like that, not that good. I would say probably the acting would hold up if I went to go back and watch the first season. But watching season 2 and 3, no. I don't think it could save that first season. I don't think so. So
what do you give the series as a whole, then?
I give it a 4, because I really think, because judging it as a whole and where it goes, I cannot. I wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't watch it. Would I recommend somebody watching it? I mean, if they were interested in the concept and they could get past like the obvious, probably maybe the normies or someone who hasn't seen a million beats per second. I'm sure people would like it, but for people who watch like a lot of for people who watch so many, whose jobs and stuff is to watch shows and to consume media from all different types, I'd be like, it's nothing. I don't think there's gonna be anything for you in it.
And that's fine. I'm just asking. I don't think
there's gonna be anything for you in it, because there wasn't any in it for me at the end.
I will only recommend this if you're into high risk shows like this, and if you like the idea of people competing for a prize, and for the Korean aspects of it. Yeah. Because I did think a lot of the Korean aspects of it were interesting, though. A lot of the stuff that we did get backstory-wise, the mom basically being in the fucking war, I thought that was interesting. The fact that the trans girl was trying to finish off her transition. Maybe that's why she was in the game.
Maybe some type of strategy was missing, so that these characters wouldn't make dumbass decisions.
I liked where we got the stories from the characters for these last 2 seasons, though. I will say that, compared to the first season. But I did like how the first season played out. I feel like they could have done a lot better. They could have done a lot better for this third season. I feel like this season could have been like just as good as the first if they really had done better writing for it, in my opinion. But yeah, that's all we really have to say for Squid Game Season 3. I hope that we don't get any more seasons, or at least if they do, please make it interesting. But yeah, that's going to be the end of it. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'm Mari.
Jay.
And we're out. Bye, guys!